Good morning. One thing I forgot was to plug in my usual microphone. So I'm going to do that. You'll see me fiddling. Well, you won't see me doing the fiddling in the background, but I will just change around the audio. Hold on a sec. It's clicked in automatically, so that's good. So can you hear me well? I'm hopeful that you can. I'm here the usual way that I have been doing this most of the time, without the issues of Facebook falling flat. I'm expecting that you're seeing me on the various platforms because I've got your names here. I've got Myra, how are you this morning? And we've got Judy. It's lovely to be back in the familiar, isn't it? And we've got Kat. Good morning. Hope you're getting really comfy in that new house of yours. And we've got Keza. Beautiful to see you here. And Myra, you've shared. Thank you very much for that. It's great to know that you are doing that. So you sure can hear me? Great. Good morning, Victoria. And yes, fine from Myra. So that's great. It certainly was a surprise yesterday when I went to do the live stream that there wasn't any Facebook. It came up with errors and errors and errors. So I certainly did need to think outside the box and do the alternative of my YouTube channel. So you may or may not have noticed that or known that. There wasn't a way to let you know. So that's something to keep in mind if anything like this, like the yesterday morning, happens again with any of the platforms. I am on multiple platforms most of the time, but the live stream itself only goes to the YouTube. In this way, it only goes to YouTube and Facebook at the moment. I did go and use my eCam and using the restream.io, which then took it to Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, which is how I did the show yesterday morning. So you can always go and have a look at those if you're on those platforms. And the other one I probably could have jumped in on as a last minute was the HAPS platform, which some of you will have seen me doing that one as well, because that one sends out to multiple platforms too. It wouldn't have worked to Facebook yesterday. I don't think anything would have worked. They had a very interesting day themselves, didn't they? And Sandra, good morning. How are you? Hope I'm well. Well, I actually am, mostly. I went to the doctor's yesterday because I have had a itchy rash on my leg. I'm pretty sure I know that it was shingles and it's on the tail end of that. Went to the doctors and they said, no, it's not. It's just a vascular reaction to something that may have bit you. So that's fine. Doctors see more of this than I do, but I know it was shingles. So there you go. It is on the tail end and the itching is relieving. I hadn't even thought of using an antihistamine. So that was one good thing about going to the doctors, isn't it? Sometimes they can give good advice. I suppose most of the time I shouldn't denigrate them. They're wonderful people who've done a lot of study to help us, haven't they? Now, I've got a notice from, let's have a look. Yes, so did I. Never mind where we are now. Yes. Okay. I just had to read that in case it was saying, oh, frozen or something. So here we are. Good morning to you, Sarah, as well. Gorgeous to see you here too. So that's that message. Good. Just checking my phone. I'm just checking my page now. In the background, I forgot to do that. So I'm going to switch it over for the cards. That is what we're here for, and I don't want to dawdle and take too much of your time. Okay, and good morning, Kim. Good morning. It's lovely to see you here too. Oh, switching it over. I don't do anything there. I do it on here, don't I? Oh, the brain can get not frazzled, but it certainly does go through a change or two, doesn't it? When you're sort of working through the process of what am I doing as a next step because, oh, I had to do it this way yesterday, but I'm not doing it that way today and all that sort of stuff. So here we go. What I've got here, I'm just going to use my Apple pointer and we've got to start with, tune into your psychic senses. You must do that too. Here we go with the Owl card. I'm just going to pull that one up because it's too small to be in focus for you to read that at a distance. So just because it's not what you're expecting doesn't mean it's not everything you've been waiting for. And I think this certainly tells us also about being patient too. So what we've been waiting for, it is actually here. So love where you are at and know that it is what you've been waiting for. It may just be in a slightly different form too. Beautiful cards. And as you can see, we've got here the card that I did pull. See, I'm getting back into almost the regular what we're used to. Inner Soul Guidance Oracle card from the deck that Leanne and Deb have created. So this morning it's snake, and I thought, wow, you will have already noticed snake is in the actual spread too. So here we go. The snake is showing us that we need to be shedding our skin. I just love the glow of that gold. Prepare to heal and transform, and you are always evolving. So that's the meaning of the snake for that deck. I'm just putting that over there. And we are using the I thought I had that lined up. I did. The Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck that's by Ciro Marchetti, and it is the expanded edition. You'll see that there, but you don't really need to have that. You choose which you like if you're going to purchase them. And as you can see, we already have the snake from this deck here too. Now, in the Lenormand deck, it does mean slightly differently to what the to what the Inner Soul Guidance card does, but it doesn't detract; it enhances. So here we are, our 5-card spread. What we're doing here is child in the home space. We've got the mountains in workspace. We have the books in the unexpected. We've got the snake in your role, and we have the magnifying glass as the outcome or the central pivot, the main gist of what we're doing for our day to day. It sums it up really, being in the center. So, but technically it's the outcome card. Excuse me. Wow, Sandra. Sandra, you've got a 54th wedding anniversary and 4th year of Phil passing. Or Philip, I should say. I don't want to be rude in shortening his name there. I feel they are good cards. Right? Put into your own sensing what the messages are that are coming to you for these cards, and let's see what they're going to say for me to interpret for you. Just tuning into your intuition and those gut feelings. Remember, what you're getting is more to the point for you than what I'm going to be able to share with you, but it's all relevant because this is a general card spread, okay, for everyone who's present and watching, even those who are in replay mode, still relevant. So the child in that home space again is referring to that wonderment is what I'm feeling there. And Marianne, oh, great to have you here. You've been on early shifts for a while and you've got a day off. Yay. Isn't that wonderful? And hopefully it's a beautiful day for you. I'm getting grey clouds out here for a very grey sky. So just take yourself within to that childlikeness in opening a new page to the book, opening a new chapter, wherever you are in life, to just really feel into that something exciting, something that's going to give you an anticipation of excitement, because there's just all possibilities here in this card. As we know, it is a book. I'm going to hold it up because I just can't see that clearly enough when I'm looking at it through the camera lens here. As you can see, it's just all those possibilities. The rainbow, look at the story being created, the dolls, the toys, the castle, the adventures, and that rainbow, and the glowing gem and jewels, the blocks, everything that you could have to create possibilities. And we look at that beautiful starry, oh, oh, excuse me. The starry looks in behind with the moon dust, the stars, the reflection of all that's coming out of that card. It's just so beautiful to have that anticipation and the ability to tap into that. in our home space today is really tapping into, thank you, Sarah, tapping into what is possible. And I think that is a little bit of an inner journey too, because we know what we've had as our childhood. We know how excited we were sometimes to go on those adventures in our playtime. Um, Even if it was only for a moment, that had that absolute sparkle of wow and jumping in and just really becoming so in-depth involved in the concentration it takes to really create those little worlds for yourself. I know I did, and it was just so exciting. So that's what today's going to bring for you, stepping into the energy of that, into that inner child, having those beautiful moments and so particularly right to be in the home space. Look around at your children, have them teaching you, even if they're adults as well, and showing you the way sometimes as well, reminding us of our own adventures when we were youngins. So beautiful there. And oh, thank you, Kim. You've sent to bless me too. So here we are with the mountains in our workspace. It's just bringing a little bit of challenge to what we're doing through our day to day. So don't take the mountains and create molehills out of them. Just work through and step the pathway that you're needing to in your work today. That reindeer or moose or whatever it is down there, he knows his way. He's got sure steps as he moves through all of the tracks that are on mountain paths. Just take your time. You don't have to rush through it. You can browse and eat as you go, or you can really run and go in a hurry to the top because you want to see the view. It really is just at your pace and what you're needing to do. So even if you're going to be needing to learn new skills, there might be something that in that you're going to need to pick up the books to do a little bit of study in this unexpected space. Okay. And Marianne, you're just commenting, you've updated since I last watched cards shown in your face too. Oh, look, it's different ways. I've got many different ways, Marianne, of being able to bring this to you. When it's just the single mobile phone and switching between front and back camera, that's where you get a single dose of whatever is in front of the camera. This, I'm using B.Live as a third party platform to show you two different webcams, and I can actually add a third, which is from my computer, the Mac, or I can even use the eCam, which is what I'm doing now, so that I can shift some of the elements around more freely, because that's what eCam as a program does, and I can resize whilst we're actually moving around and live on the cards. And good morning, Shaz. How are you this morning? So there's many different ways of being able to do this live streaming with just a mobile phone or a setup. So I've got a bit of a setup. And I love doing the improvements and taking new options and challenges myself in moving through and learning different ways of doing things. So that's really the way it can be put into process. And even as far as the books for the child likeness or the child in your family, hope you're still homeschooling or anything because of restrictions, etc. The books can be for any occasion, even if you're just wanting to spend an unexpected, moment or two just picking up a book and reading for pleasure. Doesn't have to be for the study, but I'm feeling this is connected in both ways to the relaxing as well as the work, so that you can take up new information or just go on that inner adventure of a book. Here's the book there with the child, and we're always going to be learning something, aren't we? Or just going on that fun time of creativity and, being our own world. Okay. And you're on my time now from there. Yeah. There should be the 4 places and spaces on Facebook that it's going to today. I've got my profile page, the business page, Ros Boundy, mytimetv.live, and a private reading group, a card reading group that I've got set up, just so that it's there for the daily. And if I get time, I'll put some discussion in there. I'll get to working on that more frequently. Uh, and that could take us into more in depth with what these cards might mean for each of us who post in there. Because the snake itself, in our role, this is our role. What I was getting with the warning of this, it is partly that evolving with this card. Whoops, I'm shaking the table because that's what it does. With this card being the shedding our skin, and and a snake does that. They are their own natural source. Most of the time, we think of that saying of the snake in the grass. This one obviously isn't in the grass, it's in the tree, but still not always seen easily. We can sometimes be surprised by the snake when it pops out here to defend its territory, its fruit, its tree, or maybe it is conversing like the Adam and Eve story where well, Adam and Eve, with even the snake story, the devil convincing her to eat of the apple. I think it's just the natural way of what we do when we're in our territory. We do like to defend it. In the world, humanity, and all the rest, we've taken it to extremes that are not humane. War is not humane. Things can be sorted out with just the talking. And certainly in that story, the snake did convince Eve to eat of the apples, supposedly. So there's so many different ways that we ourselves too, and this is why I'm saying it like this, because our role, this is the energy of this card for today, our role isn't to try to con other people. Be open and honest in what your position is, standing your ground, being assertive, stating how you want things, and that also includes to your inner self and your inner work. Be honest with yourself and all of that. In the story, what's missing is the fact that the snake, in the essence of who it was in the story in the Bible, is that the snake was being its true nature. It was being truthful. It was stating what was true. It wasn't, I don't see, as an evil being. So I think it's just tap into who you are in your inner self. Who are you truly? And put that out as what our role in our day really is being you in your natural state of beingness, really. So, well, good morning. Lovely to see you here. Lovely to see you here. So, with that, I think the central essence of what these cards are, by the end of the day, we may look and see, now, was there anything else I needed to look at further? Or is it saying in each and every moment of your day, get that magnifying glass out and just see, is this a situation I need to be looking at something in more detail or more closely, understanding myself more closely, understanding the other person more closely, because we can need at times to really listen, but also to be as if we are in their shoes to understand more clearly what's going on in any situation. It's very easy to jump in and think we understand from our own perspective, but we are not in their shoes and we are not looking at it from another person's point of view without consciously doing that, and get that magnifying glass out. So that's what I'm feeling about the magnifying glass as that central and, the outcome for the day type of energy. Just fine tune it as to what way are we acting or reacting in any situation. Are we needing to get the magnifying glass out to actually see the finer detail and the bigger picture? Because, as you know, it certainly does make it into a bigger picture that we're looking through that glass with. So what I'm excuse me, I do have a frog in my throat too. Oh, I left my coffee out. Oopsie. I did leave the coffee out. Now, I did that. That's not the right button I was pressing. I was meant to go to that screen. There we go. Getting back to it. So, it really is just looking with that beautiful childlikeness, really remembering some of how easy it can be to actually put ourselves in that inner being world, that adventure and the discovery of what's next and who we are, looking with that magnifying glass at ourselves and what our situation and the people around us, what it's all about. it really is our role to be today, to be honest with ourselves. The snake is an honest being, changing skin all the time. We are in the process of moving forward on our journey with that mountain challenge to be more of who we are in the best way that we can and allow that process to move through. Um, it does mean we need to do some work with that too. It's not just a matter of set and forget. Each day we've got something new that we can learn more about ourselves and being more in that pathway and more in the journey, more in the me. I'm me. And we don't have to overanalyze sometimes. It's just being, you know. So lovely to actually be here this morning, really a lot smoother way than it felt like yesterday morning. And I'll be able to share these cards again using the tools I'm familiar with, but also it was a good challenge. Thank you, Sarah, and everyone to have a perfect day too. It really is a challenge sometimes to be taking your mind aside to another way to do things and not be in that almost autopilot, which it can get to with doing something daily, like I do with these cards. Oh, thank you, Keza. You have a beautiful day too. But it is, and for many people, because of how the Facebook fallout happened for yesterday, there will be more fallout in people really exploring other avenues outside the box. I've already taken that step even before yesterday, which I'll announce where I'll be placing some more of. It's not that I'm going to stop being here in these places and spaces I'm already in, but I have joined in with a body soul app that is a different style of I wouldn't say it's a complete social media thing like Facebook or the Twitter and Twitch and the rest, but it certainly is an app of that is encouraging community of like-minded souls specifically to that, with a bit more complete than just a messenger system or like the Telegram and stuff. It's a social space and place for soul heart-minded people, just to get together in a nice safe environment that is not ruled by other criteria elsewhere. So when I get that absolutely set, that my space in there is going to be able to accept inviting people in, I'll certainly be letting you know. And it is called Body Soul as far as a search for an app. I don't know if I've actually got the little icon there, because you can certainly look it up for yourself, I think. I've got that phone on the charger. Oh no, here it is. So on my iPhone, you can see it's that little one. You can see the icon. So certainly when someone shows you that one and gives you that as an invitation, that's where I'll be as well. I don't know if it's open at the moment for full public, but have a look, see. I should actually ask. Be open to new ways of doing things. So, and spending your time in other spaces and places that, if you so desire, that you've got connection where it is meaningful for you. I think we have become so used to just one channel, blinkers on style of doing our internet access. And I think really it is time to explore. Look at that child with its open book. I'm going to leave it there. You can certainly still book in with me as my hand gets freer. I'm doing nine finger, four finger. Yeah, I'm doing nine finger typing. I just can't use the thumb. So I'm getting back into it in work mode. So it'll be lovely to see your names booking in if you're needing those detailed readings or sharing it around with others that may need some guidance in whatever way. It can be business as well. And yes, Myra, they are great cards, aren't they? And the spread this morning, very interesting. So, especially with the two snakes popping up in two different sets of cards, I think it's lovely. All the possibilities, isn't it? So, thank you for being here. I'm going to put this one up because I can almost do it myself, almost. And keep being the best you that you can be. And namaste till tomorrow morning. Bye for now.